this.
With all due respect, we've been training for what, 2 months? And I haven't even worn the ring yet.
Don't get hung up on the jewelry, Junior. You're just a fucking substitute teacher. You're not ready to get up in front of the class until the ring says you are. All right.
I could have died.
You want me to train you? I'm training you. Something is off here. I can feel it.
This is my town. You're a big shot. Noted. But stay the fuck out of my way.
Think she hates your guts.
It's the way she hates them.
This is a stupid plan.
Not that stupid.
That I don't doubt. The Green Lantern's oath is to protect people. And we both know I do a better job of this than you.
This is my job. As long as I'm alive, that ain't changing. So take a deep breath, Junior.
You're old. You're tired. And your time is up.
I don't understand. Who are you exactly?
Hal Jordan, Green Lantern.
Have you ever talked with the other lanterns?
I'm the only human. They're aliens. One of them's a fucking squirrel.
I like it. Okay.
Is it gonna be? I mean,
That's what they said the show was gonna be. They said the show was gonna be a True Detective style show between Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. Now the problem is gonna be the only way it's gonna be a problem is if like they're trying so hard to not be the bad Green Lantern movie that they're gonna do everything that's not Green Lantern, like them being in their suits and whatnot. But as far as we know, that trailer could have been just two. That could have been the first 2 episodes. So like seeing,
I hope it is.
But like the fact that a show would be done right now, where they could show you a bunch of like effects and whatnot, that's unrealistic. So they're probably not showing because they're not done with all their effects yet.
Yeah.
Most shows, I have learned this now as a pattern. Most shows only do show their first 2 episodes. It's like the first real trailer. They only show like the first 2 episodes. So the first 2 episodes would probably. I'm playing because I see that y'all don't like it. So I'm just gonna get. I'm gonna just say.
I'm saying like what in the Westwood true crime was that? Like
that's what they said it was gonna be.
I don't care what you said it's gonna be. It's lanterns, and other than the one dude flying off like that, which is freaking weird.
It looked really awful. By the way,
it looks really weird,
really
dude.
bad.
Like. I expected there to be at least a Green Lantern in their Green Lantern show.
That was not a good trailer.
That
was not a good trailer.
I don't think this.
That was a terrible trailer.
If you would have taken off, if you would have taken the part where Hal Jordan flew away for a random reason, right? If you would have just removed that, that was a trailer for any true crime show ever.
I mean, I think that's supposed to be the vibe. Like a lot of superhero genre film and shows try to take something from another genre and they put the superhero lens over it. So they wanted this to be a True Detective style show. That's what they kept preaching when the show was being made. Hold on, like I'm trying to make y'all understand my perspective. Sometimes, all right. So it's supposed to be a True Detective style show. So when you watch this trailer, do you not get a True Detective vibe? Yes, check. I get that vibe.
Okay.
Is it a True Detective show starring Hal Jordan Green Lantern and Jon Stewart Green Lantern? They said it was going to be on Earth. Okay, they're on Earth. It's Hal Jordan Green Lantern. It's Jon Stewart Green Lantern. Okay, do I see any constructs in the show? No. Do I want to see constructs? Hell yeah, I do. But maybe all that stuff isn't together yet. A lot of these shows, when they drop trailers, they only show like the first 2 episodes within of footage. They don't show the whole thing. Like, we got to see a costume. Now, do I think it's the greatest trailer ever? No. But is that not what they promised? Yes,
bro.
That's what was promised.
I'm gonna say what my sergeant said.
Like, should the show should it be a True Detective style show in space? I think it should.
Yeah, it should
but
be.
There's a DC. There's a DC comic called what's it called? Heroes Travel or some shit like that. Like it's a Lanterns comic book where like it would make you rethink that. I forgot what it's called.
I'm going to say what my sergeant said when I was in
Heroes
basic
Travel.
training. You don't lead a nice car with a fucked up grill. This was their best foot forward.
Yeah,
No, it was not. It was not. But
That's their best foot
That
forward.
was awful.
This is leading their car. That's the grill. When you put out a trailer, it's just like that damn God of War picture that they just put out or whatever. That's your best foot forward.
terrible.
That's what you want to show us.
Terrible.
Listen, I'm not saying that the show is gonna. I'm just saying for what they said the show was gonna be. That's what the trailer was.
Well, you might as well be like, well, the director said it was going to be shit, so this is shit. So I'm excited.
I see both y'all's perspectives.
Like-
I'm saying then you should have just hated the show when you heard about the premise.
I see both y'all's perspectives. The only thing that I will say is that it actually does sound like James Gunn has a budgeting problem. Because I'm not
gonna have to.
Listen. I'm not downplaying what you said. Like what you said is true. Okay, they said true crime. They said it's on Earth. I understand that. But I guess like I just expect more from like a Lanterns.
Why would the VFX be done?
It's called Lanterns.
More than 6 months out from the show. The show comes out. When is it?
No, when it's they didn't even give us a release date.
So that means we're probably far out from release date.
Okay. Well, imagine there is a Superman show. It's coming out. It's going to be called Superman. They're going to use a big Superman logo, and the director comes out and goes, "You know what? It's a little bit like Mad Men, right?"
Okay.
And you're like, okay, it's kind of weird, but yeah, it's a little bit like Mad Men or whatever. And then they show their first trailer, never show a super suit, never show a Superman with any superpowers. Instead, they show Clark Kent and Jimmy Olsen sitting there typing in front of
I'm not saying
smoking cigarettes.
I'm not
yeah,
saying
that's Mad Men. But who gives a shit? It's called Superman. This is called Lanterns. Where are the lanterns?
I'm just saying that was like the literal premise of the show. Is what that trailer was. I think the
literal title of the show is Lanterns.
I think the only problem that would come into the show is if they're trying so hard to not be what that movie was, which was in space and did have suits and did have crazy constructs, that they're trying so hard not to be that this time around, that's what the result is. That this trailer is very true of what the show will be like. And if that's true, then that means the show is going to be awful.
I can agree with that, but you can lean so far away from something that you lean towards nothing.
You see what I'm saying?
No, I agree with that.
That would be a real issue. Like
that's what that trailer showed to me.
It gives that out. That's what I'm saying. But I'm just playing. At this point, I like both actors, and so I didn't see like bad acting or anything like that. So I was like, okay. So I'm taking that into mind, and then also in the back of my mind, they make jokes in Marvel about how bad that Green Lantern movie was. That movie was in space. That movie had the aliens. It had the crazy suits. It had the brightness. It had the constructs. All that. He made a fucking he made a Hot Wheels track.
This trailer made me miss Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern.
He made a Hot Wheels track. I'm talking about the elements of the movie, not about how good or bad it was. I'm saying the elements of the movie was in space. The movie had a bunch of suits. It had a bunch of crazy Green Lantern comic book kind of elements. And what I'm saying is I'm worried that if this show looks at this movie or if the studio is like, you need to be everything that's not that will be the result of this. But what I do think could be a case is that this was just the result of a trailer that is only the first 2 episodes of a true crime show, a true detective style show, where usually the first 2 episodes are super slow and nothing goes on.
That could be true.
Is that entertaining for a trailer? No, it is not.
Yeah.
It is not entertaining for a trailer.
The trailer's the grill.
I understand that. That's a bad grill.
You want to lead.
That's a bad grill.
Good, yeah.
But like we said, there's not even a release. Was there a release date at the end of this? Okay, so they're still not even. They could have just jumped the gun. Like they're in frenzy right now. You know what I mean?
Hey, let me ask you. Yesterday, y'all text me. We're all in a group text, whatever. How excited we are for this. does this or does it not live up to the expectation?
That was
that we had?
No, but that's how movies work. Sometimes and that's upsetting. Sometimes we go into things and trailers like, bro, you know how upset if we sit down here next year and we watch the Batman Part 2 trailer and it's like.
Absolutely terrible.
It's just terrible. I would be heartbroken. I would be pissed. I'd be livid. You know what I mean?
But that's Matt Reeves.
Did the Matt Reeves Batman ever put out a trailer like that?
No, I'm not. No,
I don't think the Matt Reeves Batman ever shit the bed.
No, it didn't. I'm just saying if it had. I'm saying I'm giving an example of something where I would come in very excited about it. We were all excited about it. I was excited for us. So we sit here, and I'm not gonna lie. Did it just blow me through the roof? No. But I was like, okay, that's what they kept saying the show was about. And so I'm like, okay,
but I just don't think that that's a very good excuse.
If it were up to me,
because if your judgment on a product is that the director said X and X was achieved, then all directors have to go is go, you know what, it's not that good. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go watch that trailer. He's right. It's not that good. I'm excited.
It's not that black and white. Sometimes a director can X off things that they're supposed to do, and it can be lackluster, boring, or even terrible. Sometimes a director can X off things that they said they're going to do, and it be executed correctly. This could be one of the great true crime shows that we've ever seen. HBO they made True Detective. So
sure.
Wait.
But are we watching True Detective? Or are we watching Lanterns?
They said it was a True Detective style show.
Yeah,
that's what they said it was. And so I'm saying is a show that has no release date. They may have jumped the gun with the trailer, and they have no footage of constructs or any Green Lantern things to show you. They may only have enough footage.
I'm
to put
sure
together.
they will have constructs. I'm sure that they will have all that stuff. But what they showed was not lanterns. It doesn't matter what the director says. I'm a layman. I'm watching the trailer to see what the show is about to be about. The show is called Lanterns, and I would have expected at least a single lantern to be in that preview.
And I'll say this: I agree with Wes in that, they probably did jump the gun. Like, this was probably extremely premature.
Sure, yeah.
But that's where I'm also going to agree with Chase and say, why even put this shit out?
Yeah.
Because like that, dude. That was that. I'm not excited at all.
People in their marketing department.
I'm not excited at all for that.
People in marketing.
I don't care about that at all.
People in marketing fuck up all the time. This could be a major fuck up. They probably should have done it. You're right. If you watch the trailer, you're like, if somebody who didn't know anything about Green Lanterns watched that trailer, they wouldn't know They wouldn't know a thing about them leaving. They would just see a show about a true crime show about two buddy cops or what. That's what it looks like, right? For sure, I agree. But because I know it's Green Lantern, so I'm like, okay, I know at some point in this multi-million-dollar show that when I watch the show, and it look, if we get to if we're watching the show and it's like Peacemaker season 2 and it's ass, it will be ass, and that is what it will be.
Here's the thing. I like True Detective 2, and if I was just basing off the trailer without the title, and we're just going, okay, it's a True Detective show or whatever, I would have been on board up until the point Homeboy went.
But that wouldn't happen in a True Detective show.
Exactly, and it shouldn't happen in this show either.
Doesn't make any sense. You said if this show was True Detective season, like if it were another season of it, right? But that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, but you said that the director called it True Detective, and it looked like True Detective, so he was right. But I expect my True Detectives not to fly, and I expect my Green Lanterns to look like Green Lanterns.
That doesn't make it That's like saying because Captain America: Winter Soldier is a spy espionage movie, then Captain America shouldn't be able to lift heavy things because he's supposed to be a regular spy. Regular spies don't have superpowers.
No, this is the equivalent of them making a show called Iron Man, and it's a crafting show.
I don't know. I don't think.
But Iron Man crafts. He spends a lot of his time crafting. We want to watch a show about crafting.
I believe Jon Stewart worked as a detective before. Either in the force, either the armed forces or outside of them. And I know that Hal Jordan is an armed force official. They're both space cops.
Right.
I think a show about space cops, even though I think personally the premise is great. The premise should just be in space. You can still have the rural places.
It should be.
You can have the rural places and all that other kind of stuff. Like, it would still work just in space. But it's on Earth. Do I think that's the coolest? No. But it's about the Green Lanterns are cops. They're an intergalactic police force.
Everything about the very last bit of dialogue that Hal Jordan said in that car about the squirrel tells me that the aesthetic and tone of this should be more like Men in Black. Men in Black took place on Earth. You can do aliens on Earth. You can do all that weird shit on Earth. But if he's going to say, hey, there's a Green Lantern that's a squirrel, but you don't show us any Green Lanterns, you just show us two dudes, one of who can fly, for no reason.
Yeah. With like the driest color palette ever.
With a
No, they should be glowing when they fly and everything.
It should have like a Men in Black aesthetic and tone if that's like what they're going for, especially in the dialogue.
Well, going back to what Chase said earlier, like it's almost like there's somewhat of an identity crisis because, okay, we want to go super campy with Superman, colors bright like a comic book, but then this show we want to go True Detective. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Like it's almost like the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern would have fit more with what James Gunn.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm looking at Eric Pierre. I'm like, can he stand next to David Corson and Superman?
I don't know, dude. This like they're going serious tone here. Like to me, True Detective
and then this
sounds
show,
like an identity
especially,
issue.
But then also it's
Guardians,
crazy.
this was a real disappointment for me.
I'll speak to y'all's point. This show also looks like it's fighting itself because it's
it is.
It's like yes, it would be really cool if Space Cops did a True Detective style story. I think the thinkers involved in this show don't know how to put it together. Like, and so you see, like we wouldn't be Green Lantern, then you wouldn't True Detective.
But also, too, dude, it's like this is the same guy. I don't know who directed the show, but the producer, right, the head, the CEO of it is James Gunn. This is the same guy who did three Guardians of the Galaxy films, and you can't do a Lanterns movie? That should be the easiest translation ever.
He didn't make Lanterns.
I know, but it's still your universe, James Gunn.
Yeah, no, it should be written a lot better than that.
Like, you made 3 Guardians films, and you can't be like, hey, look, like, a space movie? I've already done that. I've already succeeded with that genre. Lantern should be the easiest shit he's ever done. Am I right or wrong?
No, I
maybe they think they're overdoing space.
I just think like there are movies that have the right aesthetic that would have fit the tone that this should be going for. Men in Black being one of them, Cowboy Bebop being one of them. Those shows exist. So for them to have a space crime thing or whatever, like there's plenty to pull from. What did they pull from? True Detective? And you're still going to have the dialogue that suggests that it should be weird. But the only weird thing that I saw was...
I just think it was off because you had... Okay, like you just said, they're intergalactic police. They're dealing with space threats.
Yeah, but I didn't see
what. Yeah, what the fuck? Like, what are some guys in a football field... Back to the football field.
I guess we're going to find out.
Like what is it? Yeah, I know, but like, what... Like, it's just... It's so weird.
Also, the driving off the cliff... That was the first scene that I was like, that's freaking weird. Was him driving off the cliff and like, I survived kind of a thing or whatever. Like... These are superhero people, like Superman level. That doesn't do it for me. Like surviving that is something that would be surprising for a normal guy. That's not something that would be surprising for a green
fucking lantern. That is very... Honestly, I thought about that too. I thought about that when I was watching. I said, what's crazy is the only problem is the Green Lantern is way more powerful than this trailer's let know. You know what I mean? Like he's like the Green Lantern is to be chosen.
That line was silly. No, don't let me down here. That was really silly.
I'm not saying.
But like Wes said, it could be in the early stages.
He should be glowing green.
But they shouldn't have shown.
Why is he not? Why is there not a green ore around him? I understand why he flies, but it should be a green ore around him when he does fly.
Hey, I got an idea. Let's do a Green Lantern show,
but no Green Lanterns.
But make it sepia.
But I don't think
entirely sepia.
No Green Lantern.
We need a lot more brown in this green show.
Yeah.
Let's just remove the green from the title.
Yeah.
Lantern.
And I heard that it wasn't. I heard it was a true crime thing. But like in my head, I was still like, this trailer's gonna have. We're gonna see some green suits. We're gonna see some planets. We're gonna see some aliens. I thought, who's the big one? The big Green Lantern? What's his name?
Kilowog.
I thought we were gonna see Kilowog. Like I thought, I'm envisioning all this, and I got fucking nothing.
Honestly,
none of that shit.
I was picturing Men in Black. That's what I thought.
There's a very possible reality that because they don't want this to be like the movie, A, this never got to be a movie.
It never got to even be.
And then B, they made sure if you ever make anything with this name on it, you better not call it Green Lantern, hence why the name is called Lanterns. And also, it better be everything that movie. It better be everything that movie wasn't. And so everything that movie was, you better not be. So that movie had Oa, it had the Guardians of Oa, it had fucking Kilowog, it had all the different kind of Green Lanterns, it had the Squirrel, it had fucking
make that same movie, but just make a better
No,
script.
I think they don't believe
That's all you gotta do.
That's not how Suits and them get down.
Well,
I'm not saying it's fair.
I know what you're saying.
I'm not saying it's fair. I'm just trying to tell you how it works.
Yeah,
like
they're idiots.
they think with money. They don't even see. They see we made an investment. It was a horrible investment. We will never. It would take it would take years from now. Like what would have to happen is this DC universe would have to just slap, and then a few years from now they go to the table and be like, "Can we make a movie?" You know what I mean?
Well, maybe their new strategy is instead of over-promising with like really good trailers that we've seen in the past and showing kind of a mediocre movie, maybe the new strategy is to under-deliver a trailer, make it to where everyone's like, I guess, and then blow us away. Maybe
it could be that. Hey, how many times have I seen a trailer for a show and I was like, that looks mid. And then I watched the show and it was fire. Agatha is one of them. I was like, fuck this. I did not want to watch Agatha.
I thought the Agatha trailer was pretty spot on to what the expectation was.
It was more exciting than that. I'm not excited.
Listen,
for that
okay.
Not that the Agatha show I think was aimed directly for us.
It might be because you know what also is a thing for me is that if it is a really good mystery, I am hella into true crime, the genre. I am. True Detective is it brought me one of my favorite seasons of television ever.
Just get Batman.
And so if I could if it ends up being like for sure I'm a Batman fan.
Just get Batman.
If there is not a sentient squirrel with a ring at some point in the show,
to me what it looks like is
or Kilowog.
This would, if anything, it'd be a great comic book. But it as a TV show to advertise Green Lantern to folks who wouldn't know shit about him, no. But for me, the viewer who is read Green Lantern comics, and I'm sorry, there's a Green Lantern comic. I forgot what it's called, but it's kind of like this one. And so I'm like, okay, I see. But do you think I will not like the show if we get to it and there are no suits, there are no constructs, there's no space talk. We don't see the people of Oa. We don't see. I would be very upset.
No Sinestro.
I will be very upset.
No,
I'm gonna say this, and this is something that we need to start yelling at all of the directors for the Marvel, for DC, for whatever. I am sick and tired of suits, of their uniforms being a teaser at the end of the show. Or at the meeting, the suit should not be a twist. It should not be a big moment. Them putting on the suit. Start them off in the suit.
It's called marketing 101.
Yeah. Open a comic book.
Kay Bishop said that.
Open a comic book and show me one where the big reveal, the big twist is Wolverine discovering his suit. No, he starts off wearing the suit.
That's his identity.
Put it on them, advertise it with them wearing it, and don't make it a surprise that we have to wait till the very end of season 1 to see.
Did a good job of that.
Great job.
They did a good job of that. They put him straight in that.
For real.
Imagine that was the last. Imagine we only got to see that suit in the last fight. Oh, that would have been so ass. Yes. That would have been so ass. It's like the movie's already kind of weird on rewatch anyway. But it would be so unrewatchable if the whole movie was him in a white beater.
Just regular Wolverine. At the very end, he's like, I have a yellow suit.
Has there ever been a comic book movie?
Why did they do that lame shit? You're right. I hate when they do that.
But think about it. Has there ever been a comic book movie with more pops because of the costumes and the accuracy of those costumes, the comic book feel, than Deadpool and Wolverine? When they showed Gambit, did they have him go, hold on, I've got to suit up before this thing?
No, it was right
there. He showed up in his
He did their pose for the first frame of him in the movie.
When they showed Blade for the first time in 20-something years.
Yeah.
Elektra had a
suit. Electra in the suit.
Dude, put these fuckers in their damn suits.
Yeah, fact. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I really think, and the whole thing is that they're investigating some ancient evil. Well, damn it, then they shouldn't be investigating alongside the fucking human beings, bro.
No, they're
I thought the premise of the show was going to be the humans come and do their little thing, and then here come the big dogs, the fucking real cops. Because they know something beyond humanity is going on here.
Also, Hal Jordan shouldn't be slamming you into a window inside of an investigation room. He should be slamming you into a green cell that he created with his mind.
That would be cool. Hell yeah, that would be really cool.
And going back to West,
why is he beating the guy
going back
up?
to West, dude. I really hope you're right, and that this is the first 2 episodes.
That is usually the case for a lot of TV shows, y'all.
That part of the show where you open the closet and you could see the brown jacket with the emblem on it. Yeah. Last episode.
That'd be the. But what?
That's the last episode. I'm gonna fucking.
Okay, it's gonna be the last scene where he's like,
that's
you
funny.
know what?
You're finally worthy.
But what if I told you?
Fucking bullshit.
What if I told you instead that were the last few minutes of episode 1 or episode 2? Then how would you feel? Yeah. Then how would you?
Going forward, we go to space.
Why would you go to? It's not. Well, I'm not saying you can't go to space. I'm saying the show, its premise. Okay, how about this? You can have the suits and the construct, but the show is about something an ancient evil that is happening here on Earth. So you wouldn't go to space. Should you reference space? Should there be like calls to space or whatever?
Okay.
But like
so they said there's an ancient evil on Earth.
On Earth,
okay.
Yeah.
They're going to be fighting something.
They were sent from space to go do this.
I don't care how dirty or
with more context. I like that.
Yeah.
Gambit wears that 24/7.
He does, yeah.
But it doesn't matter how dirty or impractical. That's what he wears.
Yeah.
And I think that the Green Lanterns, I don't care if it doesn't make sense for them to be driving around talking while suited up. They should be suited up. They should have been.
Now you know that would be ridiculous. That'd be ridiculous.
Wolverine and Deadpool were car buddies,
bro.
And they were.
An HBO show is not about to have two guys in green suits drive around in a car going to crime scenes.
Because they should be flying.
Well, I think with the context that Wes has added, if they're coming down to Earth to discover this ancient evil,
they're being sent on this mission,
and I'm hoping this is the first 2 episodes, and they suit up and they're fighting the threat. Okay, I can with more context, I can bear.
Yeah, this isn't Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan are cops, and like Hal Jordan one day was like, "Hey, I want you to make you a Green Lantern." He's a Green Lantern, and now they're solving some mystery among like it's some like crime. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's a crime, but like also like there's something bigger at play. There's an ancient evil at that's what the premise says in the thing. An ancient evil is at play or whatever.
So they're going to be fighting things on Earth that are powered.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Sure hope so.
Cool.
So I'm saying,
me too.
Yeah, they're fighting people. That would be horrible.
But look, Wes,
that's the trailer we just saw.
Yeah, but that's why. That's what we're saying. The trailer's like, they're just going to be fighting dudes with guns and here's my ring. I'm not going to do any constructs, but here's my ring.
Now, honestly,
that's what the trailer gave.
Now the trailer's also giving hive minds. You know what would suck the fucking fun out of everything? Is if this shit is like some hive mind that takes over like innocent humans, and so they can't attack them with
like
their
Peacemaker.
ring.
It's a butterfly.
Oh,
like Peacemaker. The butterflies, they're back.
The
butterflies are back.